Good evening, YouTube. It's Ian and Jane again, and we had a very interesting letter from Vicky in Brooklyn, New York. We're a real fan of New York, aren't we?
We love.
Although to be fair, we don't know Brooklyn very well at all.
No, I'm afraid we are terrible. We just stay in Manhattan.
But we need to go over at some point.
We do.
And explore.
Now that a certain person isn't there anymore.
Yeah, that's us getting political. Anyway. Vicky sent me, and it's an important point actually, that's why we're doing it on camera. I will reply to Vicky probably later on today. But dear Ian and Jane, my husband and I have been coming to the Fringe from Brooklyn, New York since our son was a student at Edinburgh University and then a free Fringe performer. We love your videos, reviews. Thanks,
Thank
Vicky,
you.
You're a star. We'll be arriving in Edinburgh soon to enjoy the Fringe for 2 weeks. Question, we've been watching your videos and haven't seen a single person wearing a mask or social distancing, which is a bit of a surprise given that 1 in every 19 people in Scotland has COVID. Are people wearing masks in the tiny venues? We'll answer that. There's several questions. No, generally people are not wearing masks. There's a very small percentage. I'm slightly better than Jane.
Yes, I'm not very good, I'm afraid.
I don't wear a mask at every venue. If it's not a full room and there is air conditioning, I'm more likely not to wear a mask.
And we often sit in the front row, so we have that sort of extra air.
Where we've had to sit in, say, the middle of an audience and it has been packed, like when we did porno. When we did the play porno. Can you imagine? No. When we went to that, we were like sardines, we both wore our masks then. And the annoying thing there was they crammed everyone down the front, and there was lots of space at the back. So we've just come out of a show just now, and I wore my mask the whole time. And although I was sat at the outside, it was full, and it was sold out. So people, there's always a few people, but it's probably less than 1% of an audience. Yeah.
Individuals are wearing them. So if you feel you want to wear them, then do. Because that's what people are doing.
I mean, we're halfway through our Fringe Odyssey now, and my feeling was that right at the beginning, if one of us caught COVID in the first couple of days, it would really mess up the whole fortnight. Yeah. So, I mean, if one of us got it now, it would mess up the rest of the stay. But we are over halfway through, so we would work around it really. What we've agreed is that the person would probably stay at home, stay in a hotel room, and providing the other person didn't come down with it, we've brought tests with us, and that's actually not a bad thing to do. Stupidly, Vicky, now in the UK you have to buy a test, and you buy them individually.
I think they're £2.
£2
per
each.
test.
If I would be recommending, if you can bring some tests with you, do so. And I would be very cautious of planes, because planes anyway, I think, it's a long flight, and I think we'd be wearing a mask on the flight, wouldn't we? Because it's recycled air. Yeah. Anyway, yes, the next bit was, she says about such as Pleasance Courtyard. I mean, everywhere is packed, and we're not wearing them just when we're walking through crowds, are we?
But some people are.
But some people are,
it's an individual thing.
It's an individual thing, yeah. There does seem to be an attitude that it's all over, and it clearly isn't, You and Jane are our age, assuming we are vaccinated, and are you wearing masks or comfortable not to wear masks? Please, they're all the same sort of question. I wore a mask in a venue last couple of days, but it was so hot and it was small and it was full that I ended up having to sort of keep taking the mask off, which doesn't make sense.
And that's ironic because I kept my mask on the full time.
Yeah, but I was so hot and feeling slightly, well, not unwell, but just I felt slightly dodgy. That and I am asthmatic, so I do need to sometimes have a bit more air. Masks don't help that, and we're using masks with filters.
I mean, some of the sort of bigger venues have got, you can feel the air. They've got fans and things, and you can feel the air sort of moving. But a lot of the smaller ones, and like I think it was yesterday, we were in one of the containers and obviously that's
Oh,
when
it
you were
was- that
scorching
was-
hot.
it was-
And there was a tiny domestic fan
So
sort
it's
of
just
over there,
pushing the hot air around. It's not an aircon.
and it wasn't
It
aircon.
wasn't.
So there is,
You know.
you know, you could ask at individual venues what their air filtration
Yeah.
system is, because it's definitely better in some places than others.
And the other thing is, you know, the perception that Scotland is cold is not happening this week. It is hot here. I don't know what it was today, but just walking around outside. We walked to a venue separately, but it was quite excruciatingly hot. I even got my shorts out for the first part of the day, which my legs do not see much light. But I hope that answers your question, Vicky. I will reply to you via email, and thanks very much. Ironically, the day you arrive is our last day, so it's highly unlikely that we will see each other. But have a great Fringe.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Nope.
Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye.